Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Andre.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
I'm glad you called in. So you got a problem with me?
Yeah. What's going on? What's the discussion about?
You came in my chat calling me an Uncle Rukus ass nigga, and I said what I said to you. So what's up? I figured you had an issue.
Yeah. I tune in every once in a while. All I hear you doing is hating on PBC black fighters. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that.
I'm not hating on PBC.
That's my opinion.
I'm not hating on PBC black fighters, sir. We're talking about Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo specifically said that he wanted to fight Demetrius Andrade, Triple G. He called the names out, and I've been representing from. I see you from Texas. You feeling some type of way. It is what it is. That's how you feel. So
yeah, I'm from Dallas though. I rock with Jamil, not Jermall. You feel me? Because I know Jermall talk a lot of bullshit of what he want to do and what he don't do, and he never pulls through. But yeah. I'm from Dallas, not Houston.
All right, with Dallas, Houston, it's all the same. You feel the way you feel.
No, it's not.
No, but what I'm saying for me, because I'm in Florida, but for me, I know Dallas and Houston is different. But anyway, make a long story short, I totally disagree that you feel that I'm Uncle Rukus ass nigga. I'm not. I'm clearly that. You must be one of them Wakanda niggas. So I wanted to know that you just call in. You want to talk? You can talk. Say what's on your mind. I'm not gonna block it. Say what's on your mind, brother. Whatever you got to say, I sit back and listen.
No, I was just trying to get an understanding why all the negativity from you is for the black fighters, brother. That's all I want to figure out. And they happen to be PBC fighters.
Brother, what negativity?
Where's all this resentment for the other promotional company?
Brother, how long have you been watching my show?
Man, I don't know, man. I think I stumbled across your little channel about a couple months ago.
All right. Well, my little channel been around for like 18 months. And if you've been on my little channel for long enough, you would know that I talk about some of everybody in boxing. I talked about Canelo. I talked about Tyson Fury, Errol Spence. Talked about Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather's one of my favorite fighters of all time. Terrence Crawford. I represent for a lot of the black fighters, in the sport of boxing. And I criticize fighters for stuff that I see as buffoonery. I'm 48 years old. Where I come from, the best fighters want to fight the best fighters. And, and that's how I am. I call it the way I see it. I pledge no allegiance to the PBC, Top Rank, or any other promotional company. I pledge allegiance to the sport of boxing. So when I criticize a fighter, it doesn't matter to me whether that fighter is black, white, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to call it the way I see it. And if I see a fighter that's black moving a certain way, or a fighter that's Hispanic moving a certain way, I've said things about Jaime Munguia. Pretty sure you didn't hear that. I said stuff about Teofimo Lopez. Pretty sure you didn't hear that. I said stuff about other fighters that are non-black. Tyson Fury.
But this
so I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from.
Those criticisms for those particular fighters you just named is few and far between, though. Your platform mostly discuss PBC fighters, am I right? Specifically the Spence and Crawford saga, right?
Oh, okay. So now I see where it's coming from. I see where it's coming from now. You from Dallas, Texas. So you are you an L-sexual?
I don't even know what that is, brother. I don't even use those type of terms.
Okay, all right. Well, I do. I came up with that term. So I see what this is now.
Right. I see that fight as a 50-50 fight, but yeah, I favor Earl Spence because he is from the town. And just like I rock with the Dallas Cowboys, when I feel like they playing a team that they gonna lose to, I'm gonna tell everybody hey, they gonna lose to this team, but I'm gonna still be pulling for them to win.
So did you
but that's not the point.
So did you like all black fighters? Have you ever criticized a black fighter before in your life since you've been breathing?
Absolutely.
Okay, so if I criticize a fighter that's black, so what your issue is not that I criticize the fighter that's black, but I criticize the fighter because they went to PBC. Is that the issue?
Yeah, I mean, they just happen to be with the PBC. What is your issue with the PBC as it pertains to other promotional companies? Golden Boy, Top Rank, Eddie Hearn, and then those guys over there.
Yeah.
It seems like you have a.
No, I'm going to answer your question. All of this shit is the same to me. When I criticized the PBC, see, there was this narrative that was put online from guys who pushed this Wakanda narrative. And PBC was supposed to be this pro-black company, and we got to stay on code and stick and stay on code and stuff like that.
So let me ask you this, Coach.
Hold on, I'm finna address it. And we got to stick to all of the black fighters. What I realized was a lot of these same niggas who was pushing this pro-PBC stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that, which I do know pro-PBC is not a pro-black company. They was attacking other black fighters who were not signed to the PBC. So I like to point out the hypocrisies and the double standards. 1 minute you say we got to be on code, stop attacking black fighters, but then you, someone like yourself, you probably only like fighters who are signed to the PBC. And if there's a black fighter that's not signed to the PBC, i.e. Terrence Crawford, top ranked Toby, what you guys like to call him and stuff like that. Not saying you, but those guys, you know, I seen the double standards.
Can I fill you in? Can I fill you in on something though?
Yeah, feel me.
Every fight that Terrence Crawford has had, guess who I rooted for? Terrence Crawford. Every fight. So when the Mexicans have their fan base and they have their fighters and they root for their fighters, it's not a problem. But if you're pro black fighters like you say, then it's a problem. I'm not understanding.
No. When I say pro black, I mean the fake pro blacks. When I say pro black, I'm really being sarcastic. A lot of these guys who say they're pro black, they're not pro black. They're pro narrative. When you say that we're going to support the black fighters, I believe in supporting all of the black fighters. You don't be selective in who you want to support if that's your code. But when I see someone that's not abiding by the code, it's my job that I feel, my opinion, my platform, to say what I say and feel what I feel. I come from that background. I was in the Nation of Islam for 25 years. So I'm the furthest thing from anything that you may think of me. Now, you may feel a certain way because my criticism is harsh, and my criticism is harsh. But if these guys are...
No, I mean... I really come in it because of I can't find the issue with the picture that Jermall posted replicating the picture of Mike Tyson. I don't understand the problem with that. I see you got to have a comedic stand on your platform, which is cool. But what is actually the problem with the picture that he posted?
Sir, if you would have took the time out to listen, you would have seen. I wasn't tripping.
Maybe I tuned in too late. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wasn't tripping on Jermall Charlo sitting on the car and stuff like that. I was talking about the two guys that's sitting next to him. That's who I was more so talking about. And then I looked at it and I realized that, wait a minute, Mike Tyson, he's sitting the exact same way as Mike Tyson. And then I looked at the post and he said, history repeats itself to my idol, Mike Tyson. Thank you. And then I just realized, oh, he's positioned on his card the exact same way that Mike Tyson was positioned on his card. So then I finally got it. That's what it was. But I always take a jug at Jermall Charlo because Jermall Charlo, he's the one that's always ducking smoke. He's the one that's always calling the names out and stuff like that. So that ain't got nothing to do with me hating black fighters or nothing like that. That's with the PBC. I'm dealing with Jermall Charlo specifically.
It's not about hate. It's not about hate per se. It's about the uneven criticism is what I think when I do tune into your show. It's about the uneven criticism. I know you like to shoot slugs at the LDBC and those guys over there. I get it, but at the same time, I'm not sure what your stance is on even the popular fight that's supposed to happen, Spence versus Crawford. What do you feel about the split on that? Should it be 50-50?
All right, hold on. We're going all over the place now because you called about Jermall Charlo and you saying how I feel about the PBC fighters. But hold on, about PBC fighters. So I clarified that. Then you brought up the LDBC. Not even going to comment on them. I don't know why you brought them up, but that's not even relative to the conversation. Now, because I spoke with Blue. So I spoke with Blue. So everything cool. I ain't gonna say nothing about them boys. I'm gonna leave them niggas alone. But now you're saying about the split with Crawford and Spence. I don't get into the fanaging and promoting. As a matter of fact, I don't make a dime off of Terrence Crawford. I don't make a dime off of Errol Spence. And I think that's the problem. Right. When you got niggas online, two-figure niggas, got a net worth of two and three figures, trying to tell two men who are multimillionaires what a guy should take, what split he should get, when you have nothing to do with the negotiations, you don't know Al Henry, you don't work for the PBC. So if you're a fan of the sport of boxing, the only thing you should be focused on is wanting to see the fight.
Is the fight getting done?
All that other shit about, well, this guy should take this split, and my opinion on that and this and that, doesn't matter. We have nothing to do with it. You have nothing to do with it. And I think as a fan, you know, you shouldn't have to be a fan of Jennifer Motor. If you've been following me, like you said you have, my little channel, we have the 16 commandments over here, but we clearly don't do any of that. We don't do fanaging or promoting. So it's not my job to talk about or even say that, hey, I think Errol Spence should receive this much or Crawford should receive that much, because the fact of the matter is the same people who make this argument, they had a different take when it was Deontay Wilder negotiating the fight. What's my name? Anthony Joshua. They said it's supposed to be 50-50 and stuff like that. So I'll point out the double standards. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what Errol Spence make. I don't give a fuck what Terrence Crawford make. You see what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, unfortunately,
all I care about, I just want to see the fight. That's it. And we don't see the fight, fuck both of them niggas.
Unfortunately, it's all publicized though, so it's relevant to the fight. They put the negotiations in there. They put the speculations of what one fighter is asking for and what the other fighter is asking for. All I'm saying is there's an A side in every fight. So if Spence has 3 belts, he does the most numbers. What is the holdup? I don't understand. It shouldn't be a 50-50 fight.
All right, so your position, it shouldn't be a 50-50 fight. My position is my position is this. I don't give a damn what they get. I don't care. I don't care. I don't either. I just want to see the fight. Listen, I don't care if you feel that Errol Spence should get $20 million and Terrence Crawford should get $1 million. Guess what? You ain't getting none of that 20 that Errol Spence gonna get. Are you?
At all.
All right. And I'm not going to get the million or 2 million or 3 million.
We can say that.
But what I'm saying is, to me, is you're saying your opinion. You feel that Errol Spence should get the majority of the share. I don't give a fuck. I just want to see the fight. That's it. If them niggas ain't gonna fight each other, fuck Errol Spence and fuck Terrence Crawford. I'm not from Dallas, Texas, and I'm not from Omaha, Nebraska. I don't have no emotional attachment to none of these niggas. I'm a fan of the sport of boxing. So I don't give a damn about who gets what.
Me too. I'm 44 years old. I've been watching the sport for about 30 years myself. What I'm saying is, no. I'm not saying Bud shouldn't get his money. All I'm saying is, if this is the case that he's trying to demand too much and the fight not happening, let's call a spade and put it on who it's on. But again, I don't know for sure. You don't know for sure. We don't know for sure. I want to see the fight like you. But at the end of the day, it's an A side to everything. It's an A side to every fight in boxing.
Yeah, A side, B side, D side, E side, West side, North side. I don't give a damn. All I'm saying is this. It's not my job, Coach Malachi Williams, to worry about who should get what. You know whose job that is? Al Heyman, Stephen Espinosa, those guys who put the budgets up or whatever the case may be. That's their job. It's not my job to do that. I'm a fan of the sport of boxing. I've never seen a boxing contract before. I don't understand the certain languages that's within those contracts. So that's not my job. That's above my pay grade. I just want to see the goddamn fight. Now, I get what you're saying. You're giving your opinion on what you think Spence should get. I'm not saying that you're fan of it.
You're just saying you don't want to be involved in that part of the fight, the negotiations, the money. I get it.
Right, because I'm not involved in it.
If the fight doesn't happen, we'll just put it on both fighters.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, it's their job. It's their job to make the fight happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that. But and now who fault is going to be? Whether it's going to be Crawford fault or Spence fault? Well, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I don't care. I don't want to. Because as far as I'm concerned, I just want to see. I want to see the two niggas fight each other. All the other shit, man, I ain't getting all that fantasy.
Okay, so let's just put the numbers to the side. Yeah. Do you agree that it's a 50-50 fight?
What you mean, skill set wise?
Just the fight, skill wise, just the fight itself.
Yeah. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think the fight can go either way. Errol Spence does pose some problems with his style. Terrence Crawford does pose some problems with his styles that he fights with. And this is why that people want to see the fight. We want to see the fight because everybody got an argument on both sides. Team Spence feels some type of way. Team Crawford feels some type of way. And we want to clear all doubt. And the only way that we can clear all doubt, both men got to get in the ring and fight each other. That's it. So
I just want to get some understanding, man, and see what your stance was on both sides of the fence on not just that fight, but fighters overall. So maybe I should tune in a little earlier, a little more to see what your stance is on any particular subject, and I can get a better understanding of what you were saying.
Yeah, see.
Because like I said, every time I jump in, I may jump in the middle of your live and not really know what's going on, and all I'm hearing is negativity. So I'm already subscribed. So I just keep tuning in and see and get a better understanding of Coach Malachi Williams and see where you're here at.
Yeah. Just get a better understanding, bro. Because I don't hate black fighters at all, and I don't hate black fighters in the PBC. There's quite a few fighters over there I really do like a lot. I don't care about which promotional company that a fighter is signed to. All I care about is seeing the fights. That's all I care about. I don't give a fuck about
and for the record, I know Jermall Charlo is full of shit. He's called out 100 fighters and never pulled through with it. He's pulling out with these injuries. I know, like I said, I rock with Jermall. Jermall wants to smoke from everybody. He's gonna fight whoever they put in the ring. Jermall, on the other hand,
do you know who are two of my favorite fighters in boxing?
I do not.
Terrence Crawford and Jermall Charlo.
Two good choices.
Do you know who I said that if Crawford was to move up and fight Jermall Charlo, who I would favor in that fight because of his size and stuff? Jermall Charlo.
I think he has too much. I think he has too much power.
And Terrence Crawford,
too much one-punch power.
And Terrence Crawford is my favorite fighter. So,
right.
Again, I'm not the guy. I don't have all these emotions when it comes to these fighters and stuff. I just want to see the fights, and I'm an anti-narrative channel. I do rub people the wrong way because of the way I talk. It is what it is. I'm not changing my position on who I am and how I feel. And that's it.
And you're never supposed to.
Yeah,
you have the subscribers. You have the subscribers you have for being the person you are. So me saying what I'm saying, in my opinion of you, is not going to deter anyone from watching your channel. I understand that. I was just giving my opinion on what I heard and what I perceive to be negative.
No, but you call, I didn't, you feel the way you feel. I've heard worse names. Uncle Rukus, I've been called Uncle Tom. I've been called House Nigga. I've been called
I'm a shoot. Hey, listen. I'm from Dallas, Texas.
It is what it is.
I'm a shoot slugs, man. You just like you do on any particular fight on your platform. It ain't nothing personal, man. I'm gonna just throw something out there, especially when you type the comments in the thing. You're gonna shoot a slug out there to get your attention. So yeah.
It is what it is. All right, man. Well, shout out to what's your name?
Yeah, man. But I appreciate it, man. Yeah.
Shout out Andre from Dallas, Texas, man. Salute, fam. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Anthony Coleman.
Your phone went out, fam. What's your name again?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, Anthony calling from San Antonio.
Anthony from San Antonio. Talk to me, fam.
Yeah, what's going on? Hey, so what do you think? Because so I'm 29, right? And I want to speak from like my generation's perspective because I know like a lot of older heads with the knowledge of boxing kind of look at my generation like, what are y'all talking about? Like, who cares if a fighter is undefeated or not? You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't mean everything. But my generation, like Floyd introduced us a lot to the sport. So as casual fans who ended up being like, more hardcore, we were just kind of grown into like, hey, if you got the O, that's all that matters. Because, I'm the best at that point. So I think, that's the problem with boxing now. But on the flip side, right, you got UFC. I can't think of like too many undefeated fighters in general. But you got, next guy up, pay-per-view stars, no matter what, no matter how it goes. So at this point, like, what do you think would help the sport besides like, the obvious, getting over the O's and stop worrying about it? Do you think it's more on the fighters to take risks, kind of like, Jermall did? He took his loss, came right back. And everyone loves him over Maul. Not to trash either of them, but everyone loves Bell over Maul. And Bell got the loss. Like, do you think it's more on the fighters to take risks, or do you think it's more on the fans to, like, forget about that whole stigma and forget about, in my opinion, I think it's the Floyd era that did it to us. Because, if you talk about undefeated with anybody who argues that, it's always going to be, like, my generation. You know what I mean? Never really, like, older people who've been there, who've seen, like, the Sugar Rays and the Four Horsemen. You know what I mean? They don't care about the O's. That don't mean nothing to them. But to my generation, that means everything. So do you think it's more on the fans to change the mindset, or do you think it's more on the boxers to take a risk?
Yeah, it's not the fan. You have a lot of casual fans that come in the sport, and they really don't understand it. Or they like who they like, but they don't understand why they like who they like. They don't understand maybe the history and what boxing is all about. And the only one that can really set that precedence is the fighters themselves. The fighters themselves will have to be proactive in trying to make the best fights possible. The fighters themselves will have to be the ones to let the fans know, hey, this is what it's all about. I'm the best fighter. See, boxing works like this. When you say that you are the best fighter in the world or in your weight division, you have to prove that you're the best fighter in your weight division. How do you go about doing that? It's by fighting the other top guys in your division. If you don't fight the other top guys in your division, you do not automatically be crowned as the best without fighting the other top guys. So what I see going on now in the sport of boxing with fans is that if a guy has a certain amount of this is not just the young guys. This is not just young casual fans. I don't want you to think it's just the youth. It's also some older guys as well. But you heard Bernard Hopkins and stuff like that talking about Ryan Garcia and stuff. It's you have to prove that you're the best by fighting the other top guys. And when you don't do that, and you have a fan base that's crowning you the best. I think what they're doing, they're kind of cheapening the sport of boxing, because what they're saying it out of ignorance. They're saying it because this guy knocked out Poke Chop Willie. You know, if this guy's a superstar fighter, I mean, when I say superstar, I mean from a talent standpoint, but he knocks out a taxi cab driver, the fans of that fighter would say, yeah, man, you know, our fighter the best because he knocked out a taxi cab driver. But in the sport of boxing, who you fight matters. So this is what we always talk about. So when we see these old heads talking about, yeah, he beat this guy, but he ain't fought, you know, he ain't fought nobody. We're saying that from a stylistic standpoint, this guy's style was tailor-made for him. The quality of opponent really wasn't that good. This is what we're talking about. And this generation is very, very, they don't understand this. So it's very, very easy to fool them, trick them, because you have some of these fighters and some of these promoters like Floyd Mayweather is telling you belts don't matter. Tank Davis, I'm just using him as an example, and I like Tank Davis. He's the best fighter in the world, but he has to fight those other. He's the best fighter in that division, but he has to fight those other top guys. So it's up to the fighters. It's up to the fighters, not the fans. It's up to the fighters. It's the fighters' job to step up and be an example, and then the fans will see, oh, this is the way it's supposed to be.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.